that took her in and educated her, and, well, whatever. Now, I said I had another stupid example of how they want to spend your money. Yes. You'll recall, again, before we took a break for the golf show, that we discovered that a state senator, Omar Fateh, in conjunction with a senator, Zainab Mohammed, that's female, they wanted a bill to direct $15 million to an outfit called We Win Institute.
Yeah.
Just out of whole cloth, out of the blue. I mean, never mind the problems in the state. Let's create a new bill here. 15 mil, let's call it.
Come on, it's
15
nothing.
Sounds good. Fit those chiselers in Ellison's office. They only want $5 million for medical debt. Why don't we go for 15?
Right.
We want to give $15 million to We Win Institute. And I apologize if this sounds untoward, but the minute I saw Omar Fateh's name, my hackles were raised. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You assume, or how do you phrase that? You automatically apply suspicion to this.
Well, I thought the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Omar Fateh and Zainab, they want to direct $15 million to We Win. He tried this in 2023. Guess what?
What?
He's withdrawn the bill. Realizing it would face scrutiny. And and inconveniently enough, Zainab Mohammed is Fatah's relative, and she's on the We Win board of directors.
Joe, that's purely coincidental.
It's just I go biting on ayudan.
Why wouldn't they have been more? Why would they have labeled this a little bit more correctly and saying "we lose"?
Yeah,
meaning this money's going away.
So I looked up We Win. They might do something helpful. It's a non-profit, and this particular scam, and that's what it is. I'm sorry. This particular scam would have was ostensibly to have provided culturally appropriate meals.
Oh, that's got to get this.
Because apparently a black kid can't study correctly unless you get the right recipe in there or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, which is utter nonsense. So, and God bless We Win, as I say, that perhaps they do good work. And the bill was introduced by Fateh along with Democratic reps Esther Agbaje, Cedrick Frazier. It would have directed $15 million to We Win for culturally specific program and food services for black students in Minneapolis. They just don't want to let the food scams die. They just want to. The food seems to be a vehicle by which they can continue to engineer new frauds, and this one had fraud written all over it. The 2023 proposal, which fortunately did not happen, provide a We Win Institute with funds to acquire property and pre-design, design, construct, renovate, furnish, and equip capital improvements to provide academic, social, and culturally specific program and food services for black students in the city of Minneapolis. Isn't that why property owners in Minneapolis already pay property taxes to fund the schools? Staff, anyone?
That's typically
to
how
fund the
that's...
schools, and this fraudster alleged he wants to come up with more money so the schools can now build different kind. That's what you already pay for.
Right.
None of this makes sense.
Was the term black kids in their mission statement? Are you reading a press release or what?
Yes, black students capitalized. Black.
So what about other poor
The hell with
kids?
them. They got money.
Native
They're white.
American? What about
No, they're
poor
all right.
mix?
They got their
What
own,
about
peace
poor-
pipes and stuff.
Poor Catholics?
Yeah.
What about
No, the hell with
poor
them. They
Irish,
eat fish.
Italian?
The racially exclusive bill raised further questions after it was discovered through public records that DFL Senator Zainab Mohammed, Minnesota's first female Somali senator, because that's important.
Very important.
You have to be the first. I think we're at the point now where we're naming second and thirds. I noted that Mitri Jalalilali in St. Paul, she was the second something to be.
Why do we have to
I
have
don't
that?
know.
I don't know.
We now discover that Zainab Mohammed I believe Alpha News looked up the public records because God knows the Tribune won't, and the St. Paul paper doesn't have enough people. Zainab Mohammed is listed as a director on We Win's board, and she serves alongside Fateh in the Senate, and the two have familial connections. When Alpha News reached out to Zainab Mohammed about being listed on the board of We Win, she denied any knowledge, stating, "I have never been a board member of the We Win Institute. I only became aware of this situation late last week and have taken steps for the organization to correct its records."
And don't think they won't.
She might have been on the board if they had gotten the 15 mil, but as long as they're not getting the 15 mil, she probably doesn't see any reason to be on the board.
Right.
Get it? Wink, wink.
No, sign them all.
We Win Institute said Zainab Mohammed was invited to join the board, but she declined, and her name on filings was an error on behalf of the staff. Zainab and Fateh appear to be in-laws. See, in a lot of situations, you don't have to use the word appear. You know, you know who your in-laws are.
Right.
Yeah. Zainab Mohammed and Fateh appear to be in-laws.
Wait a minute, what do you mean appear to
Well,
be?
I say,
You either are or you aren't.
well, Zainab has confirmed she is Mahmoud Mohammed's sister. And Fateh has acknowledged Mahmoud Mohammed as his brother-in-law. Wait a minute. Zainab contends she's Mahmoud Mohammed's sister. Zainab, okay. And Fateh, he says Mahmoud Mohammed is his brother-in-law. Okay, I think I get it. Fateh is saying, whatever, the hell with it. Additionally, a 2022 media report revealed that Mahmoud Mohammed's voter registration listed a South Minneapolis address also associated with traffic citations and business records for Omar Fateh's wife, Khaltoum Mohammed. The same address also appeared on voter registration of Zainab Mohammed.
Yeah. You're going to have to run that by me again.
This is the Somali version of the Beverly Hillbillies.
This is so out of whack.
Mohammed is no stranger to controversy.
No.
He was convicted in 2022 of lying to a federal grand jury about handling absentee ballots.
We talked about that.
During Fateh's 2020 campaign.
Didn't we? We did discuss that
I'm
on
sure
the show.
we did. All of this comes as House Republicans are examining the state's oversight of grants sent directly to nonprofits. How about we end that? How about no more money goes to a nonprofit? The state has enough of its own bleeping programs.
All right. Done.
Are you going to become the Elon, the Doge of Minnesota?
Oh, I'd love to. Which was the subject of the first hearing in a new Fraud Prevention and State Agency Oversight Policy Committee. According to the Office of the Legislative Auditor, state-funded grant spending to nonprofits totaled $558 million in 2022, virtually all of which, I don't think this is an exaggeration, has been stolen because the fraud tracker has us at $610 million.
Right, but isn't that over the course of a couple of years?
Yeah, I'm close enough.
All right.
I was, okay, not all of it. Most of the
vast majority.
The vast majority of the $558 million of your dollars has been stolen, however, allegedly.
It seems like the pattern seems to be very typical with one demographic of our society.
Well, if I wouldn't be charged with all kinds of insensitivity and racial accusations, I would say that I would not give any money to a Somali nonprofit until it's thoroughly vetted and we can figure out the family tree.
That's fair.
Isn't that?
So,
I think I can get away with that statement.
So in this particular case, do you think somebody got to Fateh and said, "Hey, you better
dial it back"?
Well, I'm betting here that maybe Alpha News did the Lord's work, and when they saw Omar popping up again with another $15 million $15 million he wanted to ship off to the same outfit as he tried in 2023. Maybe they dug deep and learned, well, wait a minute, there's a lot of red flags here. Among them, Zainab Mohammed is Fatah's relative, and she happens to be on the board. But then we learn she was on the board mistakenly, but it still was enough to scare off Fateh and withdraw the bill. We are governed more poorly than any other state in the country, with the possible exception of California and maybe New York. But we're in the top 5 most poorly led states. And if that friendly little rotund governor thinks he's going to run for a national office, the world needs to be alerted to his complete failures. They're all complete failure. Everything he touches doesn't work, including a vice presidential run.
Yeah. Good luck with that, brah.
When they wanted a male, they wanted a flannel shirt wearing American dad who changes the air cleaner on his international scout, and then he comes out there prancing around like Dom DeLuise. I don't think it.
I'm a knucklehead.
I don't think it
Okay,
really
ladies.
worked that well.